February 25th, 2020. Investing $30,000 in immersive CGI tiger for Oculus. Today I signed the contract for a 9-week build of a CGI tiger by Douglas Fajardo at Xennial Digital. They will do a high-res version for the Oculus Rift and a low-poly version for the Oculus Quest. The storyline will be that the player is going to grab a set of binoculars and search for a tiger in the wild, but what the viewer finds is a tiger caught in a snare. The player frees the cat and learns more about the cat's role in nature and the threat of extinction. I'm excited. I was contacted by Anna LaTouche of conservationfocus.com, who is asking if we have a spare serval to send to an AZA zoo for breeding. I explained why no legitimate sanctuary would be a party to breeding cats for life in cages. I wonder if she took any of it in, or if she just merrily went on her way to find someone who would provide her with such a cat to use. Separately, Serge Karjenko, a dev for Creative Mobile, asked if we would partner with them in a fundraising plan for the sanctuary based on his Zoocraft game. I wrote him saying, "Your graphics are absolutely adorable, and the game seems to be loved by those who play it. It's very intuitive and easy to follow the directions. I'm realizing you spent a lot of money to get it to where it is now, and it would be hard to reevaluate whether it's sending a bad message to people about how animals should be respected and protected in the wild. Breeding exotic cats for life in cages isn't conservation. In fact, it hurts conservation for a number of reasons. Number one, people think that if there are babies at the zoo, then that's conservation. They pay to see babies, but don't invest in saving habitat, and zoos spend less than 3% of their revenue on conservation. Zoos are a business, and babies are their profitable resource. 2, if people can go to a zoo to see a tiger, they won't spend the same amount of money to save habitat for the tigers. 3, zoos have limited space, and babies make the money. So as soon as the babies aren't cute anymore, they are killed or sold to private owners, who often use them in canned hunts and other horrible activities. I wouldn't presume to know what all wild animals feel about captivity. I only know cats, and they hate it, no matter how you try to dress it up as being for their own good. People touching wild animals is the worst part for big cats, because it's adorable, and of course people want to do it, so there's a huge industry of breeding cubs, pimping them out, and then killing them. It's a very bad idea to show people petting wildlife, as that shows no respect for them and who they are. The fact that you are dealing with pollution and important issues is encouraging to me. What would it cost to build this sort of game, but where the user is building a sustainable planet for wildlife, rather than caging them? And last but not least, I launched episode 0001 of my diary on YouTube today, this diary that you're hearing now. We've allowed Eric Good and Rebecca Chaiklin to film us ad nauseum for the past 5 years, because they said their primary goal was to expose the exotic cat trade for the abusive industry that it is. While Joe Exotic as a central character for them, they kept assuring us that it wouldn't just be a documentary about a single backyard breeder. That misses the point and gives Joe attention he desperately craves. When Netflix announced that Chris Smith, he did Fire, the Greatest Party That Never Happened, was going to be directing a miniseries called Tiger King, we thought it strange that someone we've never even heard of was releasing a documentary. In the end, we learned that Eric sold his work to Netflix, and that they decided the drama of a murder-for-hire plot was a lot more interesting than getting to the crux of the matter, cub handling. It airs March 20th. Judging by the media frenzy based on the announcement, I figure people will be searching my name again, like they did when he was arrested, when he was on trial, when he was sentenced, and when the announcement about Kate McKinnon playing me came out. In preparation for that, I figured I'd give the whole story via my diary entries read into my personal YouTube channel, because I know that the media never gets the story right. Whether that is on purpose to suit their own needs, or if it's just impossible to remember details of someone else's life, I want there to be an accurate accounting. And then it says this is the diary playlist, and I'll give you that link, but you obviously know because you're here. If you're enjoying my diary, please like, share, and subscribe. You can find other ways to connect to me over at bigcatrescue.org/Carole.Baskin.